movement to get a dialogue going about kind of what kind of mess we're in, where we go from here, what this is all about. In some ways, I feel like the voting electorate is kind of trying to still come to terms with like what's going on, how deep is the damage, what kind of threats are there, what kind of effective things would we even try to fix if we wanted to fix something like that.
I'm here at the occupied land because this is serious to me in the fact that the corporations have ruled America long enough. It's about us, the people, being independent and listening to the voices that were here who created the Constitution, and it's totally gone askew. It is no more a Constitution for the American people, it's a Constitution for the American corporations and the corporations that exist around the world. I have two jobs. I'm a jeweler. I make jewelry, which is my love of my life, and I also work for a trade company, just wholesale lighting.
The people united will never be defeated.
Now, what we out here for is that for the government to put the people first and corporations last. What's going on is they put the corporations first and the people last, and this should not be, because we make up the country. People make up the country. People make up the government. We pay their checks. So why do we get treated like
we should?
Exactly.
Researching the topic of economic malfeasance for a long time, and I'm thoroughly convinced that bankers are the ruling class that we really should be worried about, and they're the ones that are pulling the strings on politicians. They fund both sides of wars, they often induce famines and other trade conflicts, and they give us a sports versus sports mentality, sort of, where it's like people from your area are the ones you're supposed to protect, and people from foreign areas are the ones you're supposed to fight. We even fight neighboring states. They have really encouraged the wrong kind of mentality, and they've undermined the education system along the way. And so I'm out here sort of just as a warm body, and I just wanted to provide my support. I work at a law firm and a logistics company.
My name is Adi Army Hayes. I work in a warehouse now. I'm here just to support a movement that's about the 99% of the people that speaks to our needs. Stop taking care of these big corporations, start looking at us and taking care of us. That's all I got.
Hi, I'm here because I would be remiss if I didn't do everything I could to help my family and all my loved ones. The public consciousness is woken up, and we are well aware of what's going on. We felt it in our hearts, and now we're ready to come out and stand up for those that we love.
And the Federal Reserve, and the fractional banking system. When you invest $100 in a bank, they multiply that by 9, and they send it out 9 different ways. They don't just make money on the initial investment, they make it 9 times the initial investment.
That means nobody can be talking besides the person that's getting interviewed.
Okay, Chris, can you tell us how it went down on the bridge?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically what happened was we were all marching. This was one of the bigger marches of the week. It was the evening march of Saturday, and we were walking basically to the Brooklyn Bridge, and the cops started walking alongside and basically allowing people onto the bridge, or so say the people that were up front, who I communicated a bit with. There were people that were on the pedestrian pathway, and there were people that were in the bridge itself where the cars were driving. We were originally filed into about a car lane, and we weren't really taking up traffic as traffic had stopped on that lane anyway. And very quickly the cars were stopped by police, and the lane suddenly opened up, which caused us all to start running because we had to close the gaps. And then there was about 200, 300 police that I either stopped the rest of the protest or followed up the back of it, and they were basically just marching in a line up the back of the Brooklyn Bridge, so we had no exit. Then up in the front, the same thing was happening, and they started bringing in trucks from both sides, buses, like regular transit buses, as well as paddy wagons, and netting. And so we were all conglomerated into the center of the bridge, or what probably was the center of the bridge, at which point people started being really confused, and no one panicked. Everyone more or less remained calm, but there was a lot of mic checks. There was a lot of confusion about what was going on. there was a movement to sit down and lock arms. When we realized that we were all going to be arrested, this movement was given up, especially because apparently there was some police violence, but I don't know that. I can't confirm it. I was several hundred people deep into basically the middle of this, and we were being pulled off from both sides. It took about 4 hours or 3 hours or something along those lines to fully evacuate the bridge, which was completely unnecessary. We spoke through the people's mic to the NYPD, no response, explaining that we just wanted to cross the bridge. There were a chance to set us free, let us go, and that basically the police were responsible for shutting down the bridge, and it was a trap to arrest all of us.
The whole world is watching! 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 The whole world... Shame on you! Shame on you! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching! Yeah, why don't you arrest the lawyers? Arresting the lawyers now, right? Arresting the lawyers.
In unlawful assembly, all right? This is our last notice before we move in and clear the park, all right? So now is the time to move, or you're going to be subject to arrest.
I was just there, they can't hear you at all. We gave out the initiative, right? We gave out flyers.
Where's those girls, guys?
They're right here.
Stop using credit cards.
I think even though we have to have a cohesive strategy to pull this together, I think that there's a lot of real brainstorming that needs to happen, because if we make one move, we need to be focused on what moves will be made against us. You know, this is a chess game, just like the United States chess game in the Middle East, where they're willing to give up a few pawns, but what they really want is pieces. They're willing to trade a few lame duck presidents, because what they really want is the main characters out of the building.